Hi, 8th grade. Today is Monday and we are doing a new unit. So we're going to be starting our unit on polynomials and factoring. So this is lesson 8-1 on page 474. And we're going to be doing adding and subtracting polynomials today. We'll also talk about what a degree of a polynomial is, what the number of terms means. So we'll have a couple definitions to get us started. Our got it check will be on page 475, number 2. That's what we'll be working on. And our homework is page 478, numbers 16 to 26. Your bell ringer in 3 sentences will be page 479, number 61. All right, let's get going. Okay, so today we're starting to talk about polynomials. And you've seen polynomials before. We've just never given them kind of a real good look or a real name. So let's talk about polynomials. A polynomial just means either a monomial or a group of monomials that are being added and subtracted from each other. When we think of polynomials, there are a couple of things we think of. So this is a monomial or a sum of monomials. And when we think about a polynomial, there are a couple of things that we think about. Okay, so let's take a look at one particular polynomial. So I'm going to look at an example. And we're going to kind of put together what some of these things are. Polynomials have degrees, and they also have number of terms. So they have terms. Okay? All right. With the example, I'm looking at this cool chart, which is on page 475, and that'll kind of help you understand as well, like sort of what some of these things mean and what some of the special names for them are. Okay, so let's take an example. So let's take 3x squared minus 4x plus 8. Okay, so this particular polynomial is a degree 2. Okay, why is it a degree 2? Well, the degree is whichever the largest exponent is. So we take a look at all the different terms in this. The degree is the largest exponent. So this would be a degree 2 or a second degree. There's a very special name for that, which is called a quadratic. So we can call that as well. And again, that's the chart on page 475. Okay? So a degree is the highest exponent in the polynomial. All right, and if you're curious about some other ones, take a look at the chart. Okay. Next thing we're going to take a look at is the terms. So in this case, the terms of the polynomial, okay, there's 3x squared minus 4x plus 8. So there are 3 terms in this polynomial. Okay, each one of these is a separate term, and we can't combine them because they're not alike. Okay, the exponent is different in the x piece, and the 8, of course, is a constant. Okay? This particular polynomial is written in standard form. And what standard form just means is that the terms are organized so that the highest degrees are first and the lowest degrees are last. So standard form means written, so highest degrees are first in order. Okay, so for example, if I had the polynomial negative 4x plus 3x squared plus 8, that is not in standard form. Okay, because the 3x squared, that's the highest degree term in this polynomial. So I'd have to rewrite these in order. And remember, when I have any negative signs, negative sign is like a leash on the term. Okay, so we can't walk the dog or move it around without its leash. So if I had to switch these around, I'd switch these around back this way. So I'd put my 3x squared first, then minus 4x because the leash has to go with the dog, plus 8. So this one is written in standard form. Okay? All right, so let's get on to our problem that is going to be our got it check. So in this case, we're going to look at an example that involves combining like terms. So let's take a look at a combine like terms example. So I'm going to look at the example on top of page 475. So I have 4x cubed y, and then I'm going to minus an x cubed y. Okay, so this case, this is a combine like terms example. Okay, these are like terms. Why? Well, if we look at the variable piece is exactly the same. This is an x cubed y, this is an x cubed y. So they are exactly the same. Okay, so if I combine like terms, if I have 4 of my x cubed y's and I subtract 1 of my x cubed y's, that means I have 3 left over. So there are 3 x cubed y's left over. Notice how I don't subtract the exponents and I don't subtract anything to do with the x and the y's, right? That's part of combining like terms, okay? The number in front just tells me how many of them there are, but I'm not going to change anything about that piece because I'm adding and subtracting. Okay, so let's try our gotta check. Got a flying marker there. So our gotta check is going to be on page 475. And we're going to be doing gotta check number 2. And let's do 2a. So 2a asked us, what is the sum of negative 6x to the 4th plus 11x to the 4th? Okay, pause your video, come back, and we'll give it a try. All right, let's take a look. So I can combine like terms because my variable piece is exactly the same. Okay, so if I have negative 6 plus 11, that would give me a positive 5x to the 4th. Okay, and that is done. That is my answer. If I want to get really fancy and give it a name, I would say that this is a degree 4 polynomial because of the exponent, and that this has a single term. Okay, so this is a monomial. All right, let's recap what homework is for tonight. So for your homework, please try page 478, numbers 16 to 26, and don't forget your bell ringer, page 479, number 61. Bye, 8th grade. See you tomorrow.